Hello, I'm Vanda Brady. I am from the Philippines originally. I moved to Ireland in 2014. I am married to an Irish man and I have two children, a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old. I have been a volunteer for more than 8 years since I arrived. And now I'm the manager of Cavan Volunteer Center, which is a center where we match volunteers with volunteer opportunities. And at the same time, I'm also the host of a radio show called My Journey Home, which is aired every week on Sundays from 8 to 9, and it celebrates multiculturalism and inclusion in the Shannonside Northern Sound region. I think it's important to be inclusive in whatever age you are at the while working in any workplace. It's important to give an opportunity for older people to participate and be productive in terms of providing some using their skills in different work environments. So I think it's really, here in the Cavan Volunteer Center, for example, I do have about 2 or 3 who are over 50 years old. Age wasn't actually the main criteria in hiring them, but it was more the skills that they had. And I feel that it's important to hire people who are 50 and above, mainly because they are more, they're wiser, more mature, and they are more, I think, stable, because they've been working for a long time and maybe already have reached their peak in terms of their work outputs. So I feel that they are more stable, they will work longer with you, they are not after trying new opportunities anymore. So they work with you longer, and they are wiser and more mature. One of the challenges is at this point in time, our world is changing so fast, and technology is also changing really quickly. I think I'm quite good with technology, but there's so many things coming up now that it's hard to keep up. More so for people who are 50 and above. I'll be 50 next year, actually, so I'm considered old now as well. But it is hard to catch up. And one of the challenges is, although you are able to learn new things depending on how quick you can learn, it is still a possibility to learn new things as quick as possible. But what I'm saying is the challenge is catching up or keeping up with technology, learning all the new. I have been always updated when it comes to Microsoft and all that, and the MacBook. But now that I'm with Cavan Volunteer Center, there's a new technology that I'm using, the software called SharePoint, which I'm learning as well. So they were able to adapt quickly. Some would have to attend, some are attending office skills training at the moment. Some of them are with the TUS program or the CE program, where they could either be unemployed for a couple of years, so they need to settle in again in the new work environment. So they weren't working for a while. So some of them were able to adapt quickly, depending on how skilled they are in terms of technology. So some are quite comfortable with Facebook, some never looked at Facebook, for example, but some may not be in Facebook but was able to adapt so quickly because she's quite good with technology. So it really depends on the person, but generally the ones I hired, my experience, my staff, they are quite quick in learning new technology. In terms of other social media platforms, it has, again, there's so many now, like there's TikTok, which I myself haven't really studied yet. It is a new platform and everything is faster. Everything you need, everything has to have music. Everything should be less than 30 seconds to catch the attention or your audience, which is the younger generation. I feel like every platform is obviously set for different audiences. Let's say LinkedIn is for the business community. Facebook is with my generation. A lot of us still use it. Let's say my volunteer community is very much a Facebook community. That's where they usually go to. But TikTok is for the younger ones. Twitter is a different thing as well. You just use it for spreading information. Again, a different market. So for different platforms, it is, you'd need like a day or two to understand it, because they change so fast and you have to learn different techniques for each social media platform. So yes, you have to have different skills and you have to understand really what audience you want to target and use the right platform that you want. That's the most effective. If the senior use applications, what I usually do is I just inform them like a general training on what platforms we're using. So for example, here at Cavan Volunteer Center, we have Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. So all of my senior staff are capable of using Facebook, so we only focus on Facebook. I have a younger staff here, Sasha, she's Ukrainian and she's very good with Instagram. We leave it to her to put up posts on Instagram. And coincidentally, like Instagram could be linked to Facebook and Instagram could be linked to Twitter, isn't it? Like they could be, you could post something on Instagram and goes to Twitter. You can post something in Instagram and goes to Facebook. So we're setting that up. Literally, we talked about it a few minutes ago. So in terms of the younger audience, we don't use TikTok because I think volunteering is not applicable for us, but we might eventually, depending on our audience. But for now, we only use Instagram for the younger volunteers. But in terms of the TikTok and everything, we leave that to our younger staff. We just give an overview to the older staff, including me, on how TikTok works and Instagram.